Okay, there we go. Are we on?
We're
It always
on.
takes, it always makes me think, oh, well, there's the live button. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my weekly meltdown with Allison Summers. I am your host, Allison Summers, and this is my lovely co-host, Deborah Gibson, aka Deborah G.
My last name's not Gibson.
Well, we'll just run with it because that's how I do. That's how I roll. That's how we roll.
Allison,
We are
you've
here.
changed.
I know. I just went and got a little hair done, lost a little bit of weight, kind of lost my accent, met a guy from Paris, fell in love, and was swept off my feet and turned into a unicorn, glitter turd. And that's where we are now. So we're about to give a kiki about our Big Brother episode, which to me, I admit that I was a little bit late catching it. So I kind of missed a little bit of it. You seemed to have your finger on the pulse of what was going on. So, like I said, it sounded to me a little bit like a recap episode.
Yeah, it
Was
was. It
not
was a
what it
recap
was.
episode. Yeah, they were just going everything over all the different, all the different fights, and when Omarosa and Brandy had their fight because Brandy confronted her about her in a huddle with Chuck, and Omarosa denying it, and then she got like on the defensive, and because she got caught red-handed with Chuck,
Mm-hmm.
and then she has to like feign shock and jump on her moral high ground, like
Mm-hmm.
how dare you question my integrity and all this. Yeah, bitch, you
Which is
got caught.
she got busted wide open early
Yes.
on, very early
Hmm.
on, but she let Shannon take the fall for it.
What she did to Shannon was
Deflected.
disgusting. No, she's a
Mm-hmm.
complete see you next Tuesday for what she did to Shannon. I'm sorry, that was horrible. What she did was she knew what Shannon's weaknesses, because Shannon cares what people think about her, and
Yeah.
and what she portrays, and Shannon is a good person, and
Yes. You can't
and
love animals as much as Shannon does and be a bad person. It's impossible.
no. So she took that and used that. Omarosa took that and used that as a weapon to guilt her and make her feel bad about herself. I mean, she had Shannon to the point where she just didn't love the game anymore. She was just walking around crying. I swear, I am just so disgusted at what she did.
Yeah.
She tried to make Shannon think that she was acting racist, and bitch,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't happening. And
Even when it comes to gameplay, Deb, when it comes to like playing a game or being involved in something like Big Brother, there's usually, at least for some people, a boundary you don't cross.
mm-hmm.
And thus far, hi, Freddie Blue. Welcome to the show. I'm glad to see you. Usually, for Omarosa, she seems to lack a distinctive awareness of where that boundary is
Mm-hmm.
because she's pulled on so many cards through the duration of this. She has degraded women. She has called people racist. She has, it's been sort of a pattern for her when she starts feeling weak in the game to
Mm-hmm.
use these tactics to bring down others or frighten them, because it is
Right.
frightening to be called a racist or thought of as a racist. I'd be mortified if somebody thought I was.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, so she knew what her weakness is, and she used that against her, and it was really, I mean, there's no need for it. It's like psychological warfare. That's the game she was playing with
Can you bring me a
people.
cigarette? Yeah, she was
Hold
doing
on.
most definitely.
Yeah.
And it seemed to me also like, as much as Ross is like, I don't like her, I have a thing, I just, I don't trust her, I don't trust her, I don't trust her. He has been more tactical about picking off the weaker in the pack
Mm-hmm.
and then going directly for her. Even though he's made out like, oh, Omarosa is the ultimate target, Omarosa is the ultimate target, he has gone through and made sure that like Shannon left, that, other people, you know. But then again, we've not had a house where it's been a really difficult decision to remove somebody, because most of the time people wanted to go.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
but the way Ross works, he doesn't have to degrade people and, you know, attack their integrity and, you know, and have them, you know, in a ball crying, you know, wanting to go home. He does it strategically, you know, and you don't even know he's doing it. You know, he's very diplomatic about it. Like,
but what's amazing is, didn't he start, you know, I was rewatching all of our previous episodes and kind of a recap of our own. And I was watching, and you know, you were so on point with so many predictions. Most of us were, with Ross you know, being caught between two alliances. Not really caught. He was strategically positioned himself there.
Right.
And then kind of staying out of the radar by pitting one team against the other and leveraging his relationships with sort of the heads of each pack. Right. Because they did develop that pack. And Omarosa was always kind of by herself. She was always alone. So she didn't have a pack to go to fight for her. She thought Keisha was going to be that.
Yeah. But nobody ever resented.
But the maracas dried up.
The maracas dried up. But no one ever resented Ross for playing both sides.
Do you think they know now?
No, they all knew it. They all knew it, and they accepted it because they thought that it was to their benefit.
Can I just say something we didn't touch on the last time that absolutely cracked me up? Let me do it. Okay, ready?
Okay.
There's no tomatoes. There's no tomatoes. There's no tomatoes.
My Scooter is driving me crazy. He thinks that because I'm online that he could keep on asking for treats, and I'll keep on giving it to him just to shut him up. No, Scooter, no.
Smart Scooter. I have a dog that will pretend that she has to go to the bathroom in order to get a treat, and she'll do it over and over and over and over again.
That's Scooter.
Such a smart animal. When they know how to trick you, my dog will go sit at the bottom of the stairs and wait for me to think that she's done something.
He manipulates the hell out of me. It's just horrible. Anyway, so
okay. No, we are animal people. Yes. So in case you did you vote for America's Favorite Housemate yet?
Yes, and you know I love Ross. I'm sorry, but I love Ross. I am.
That's okay.
Completely in love with Ross.
I think you are not alone. I think a lot of people are just
I want him. I want him to be my gay boyfriend.
He's probably been one of the smartest players. Well, would it really be saying something though? I mean, it wouldn't be hard to be one of the smartest players on this series of Big Brother. Big Brother.
He's so likable in every way. So when he is playing both sides, you don't feel so bad about it because you love him so much and you think it's for your benefit.
You think he's doing it for you.
Yes. Girl. That's why nobody
has ever put him in their crosshairs until now.
Exactly, because they always thought that it's okay that he goes to the other side because, you know, they thought, oh, he's just spying on that side and he's getting information. It's okay. So.
Right. Well, they think that it was, you're right. They thought it was for their benefit. And they also had planned, you know, we were talking earlier on in the series that we thought that as soon as they got what they could from him, they were just going to off him, just boot him out. Isn't it amazing how he avoided that from happening, knowing that was coming?
Yeah. And
like a bullet. He was like that dude in the Matrix who's just like.
And he won two vetoes to save himself. So. That says a lot. I mean,
you got to give the guy credit.
The game. Yeah,
you got to give him
playing
credit.
The game.
So I voted for Shannon. And the reason that I voted for Shannon is because I felt like Shannon got done dirty. It was like.
She did.
It was like she really, really got the rule of shade. And it was not fair. She was somebody who wanted to play the game. She was somebody who wanted to be there. She was somebody who fought hard from the onset, which was really the key factor in her demise. However, she was one of the few who cared whether she stayed or left. It mattered to her. She cried.
Yeah, she really
At the
wanted
thought
to
of
play.
leaving. She cried at the thought of leaving. And I felt like so early on, her leaving was a detriment to the series, because had she stayed in, instead of, say, Brandy or Ariadna, who is, you know, Ariadna
A waste of
is
time that wanted to leave.
well, Ariadna is swooping in at the last moment, showing us, shit, I had no clue this bitch had in her.
Oh yeah, she's pretty.
Where did all this spook come from?
She's very athletic. She's very athletic. As you can see, when she took out Shannon, she's pretty savage. Like she knew that that's what she wanted to do, and there was no talking her out of it. There was no discussing it with her. This is what I'm doing, and that's it. There's no negotiating. Like, she set it up where anytime she was alone, Meta had to be with her, or Omarosa had to be with her, so no one could talk to her. So Shannon couldn't get her alone, and she never did get her alone. Oh, and the one thing I do want to mention about Omarosa and that whole racist thing that she tried to spin, you know who shut that down?
Who?
Meta. Meta said, don't you
I remember you mentioning that. Yeah. He said, don't play that here.
Yes. No, do not play that here, because that is not happening in this house. That is not happening in this house, and you're not going to try to spin that.
You know what's amazing is even though he didn't want to be there, he was at least a pleasant figure in the house that gave us something to do in between the times that they were just kicking people out that didn't want to be there. Stephen Allen said, who got HOH and noms? My show got cut for tornado warnings. Well, goddamn, please don't blow away, Dorothy. We need you here, Stephen. So, Debs, who got HOH
they
and
left
noms?
It on it. Well, they left it on a cliffhanger for HOH.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. So I don't know. Do y'all want spoil alerts? Because I can tell you who's the HOH.
Do you guys want to do yeah, well, this is our weekly meltdown. So, you know, pretty much we only had a recap episode. So tell us, go ahead and tell us, because I'd like to know too.
Okay. So the current HOH is Ross.
Oh, by Omarosa.
So if Omarosa does not win this veto, I don't know when they're playing this veto. Probably tonight.
How much luck can she possibly have?
I don't know. She has this
veto. It has got to run out
or die for her. If she does not win this veto, she is out the door.
It has got, her luck has got to run out at some point. She has really recovered herself every time somebody has come for her. Every time somebody's gone for her, she has turned it around and made herself not capable of being evicted or eliminated, which is incredible. That's the only reason she's still there, is she has pulled like a rabbit out of her ass every damn time they have tried to target her.
Yes.
And so will she survive this time? I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think it's statistically possible. If she does, the bitch needs to run for president herself, because she's got more luck than anybody. I mean, she's Teflon. Nothing is sticking to her. Freddie loved Meta personally. I wanted Shannon to win. I voted for Shannon because let me tell you why. Not only did she get done dirty, but also we have each of us and a love for animals and for nature, you know, because I go, hate children, love animals. That was the rule. That's the way it went for me. There was no two ways at once. Yes. So you voted for Ross, because I think Ross is an equally, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Anelda. Ross is an amazing choice to win America's Favorite Housemate, because he's played hands down the best game.
Yeah, he did. Because there's so many different aspects of the game, and his game comes full circle because he played every aspect of it. That social part. I mean, whereas in Omarosa, she's okay on the social part, but people hate her.
They hate
Ross
her.
Is gonna yes, a lot of people hate her. As far as, you know, people in the house,
they don't just hate her, they're scared of her.
Yes, exactly. Ross doesn't have that. He's going to walk out the door and everybody still loves him, and nobody was ever in fear of him. You know, everybody was always comfortable with him. So there was never, you know, any, he didn't lack anything socially.
Right. He was able to navigate really beautifully between teams, between alliances, and he didn't have much of a problem at all.
Exactly. He was strategic. He won competitions. You know, he definitely played a full circle game.
So if you're just joining us, though, you guys, and I know I see Anelda's here, Freddie Blue, Stephen Allen, it felt like tonight was a bit of a recap episode up until we got to the HOH. Right? It felt a bit of anything like that.
Else. Yeah, they showed Brandy with her gourd mance.
Brandy with her, she's doing. Aren't they hanging off a cliff? Like they're hanging off like a ski lift.
Yeah, they're on ski poles. Yeah, they're on skis. They're holding the ski poles and they're on skis and it's rocking back and forth.
So tell me, so it's rocking and they just have to hold on to the step.
Yeah.
With skis on.
But it's up. Yeah, but it's up and there's snow underneath them. And the skis are kind of wobbly, so you got to have strong ankles to be able to hold on to that.
Well, so I'm going to say, if it's another hanging on challenge, Omarosa, remember, with the one where she had to cling to a chair.
Well, no, that was for the HOH. So Ross won that competition. The ski competition. That's the HOH competition.
So Ross has won that one. He won the one where you had to hang on to the.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. So, and so then we're on to the veto.
Well, then he nominated Omarosa and Ari.
Oh! You didn't spill that tea. Yes. So what did I tell you? Omarosa is going to the Ponderosa. She's heading off into the sunset like a cowboy. The bitch is done. I am disappointed. You know, I loved her. I loved her. I loved her. I loved her game. I loved her, you know, all that talk that she's doing. I felt like a lot of tonight was devoted to her talk of the White House.
And yeah, like it's kind of like let's sell Omarosa's book that she's going to be writing.
Did she not tell you? You predicted that very early on. She even said tonight the story that I'm want to tell someday.
Yes.
That was not subtle at all.
No. That's the reason she's there, because she wants to sell a book.
She wants to sell a book.
Yep.
She wants to sell a book. She's marketing. And what's this fuck, James? Pardon me. There I went. Already first. One F-bomb, guys. That's all we're doing tonight. Sorry. If you hear from my mouth. If you're here from my mouth, I have prayed before I came tonight, girl. So I am wearing the silver earrings cut from the silver chalice, the silver goblet, or whatever it is that Jesus drank from the blood of somebody in. So I am making sure. I don't know the laws. I don't know the rules of it. We're just going to make it up as we go along, and it's going to make sense to somebody. So I'm on my best behavior tonight because Allison, you're wondering, Allison, where is Allison? Allison could not be here tonight because it is Allison's birthday celebration tonight. Now, tonight's not technically her birthday. Her birthday is on Sunday, but because she wants to be here with all of us on finale night, they're celebrating her birthday just a couple days early, and then she will be able to spend her special day with us as well. So moving on, now that we've explained her unique absence, no, we didn't throw her into a truck and send her off the end of a bridge because she's prettier than me. We didn't do that.
She's pretty, isn't she?
She's so gorgeous and she's so funny and she's so sweet. I love her so much. And that's a rare thing, you know. That's a very rare thing for me because normally I hate everybody. I make it a damn everybody. Rule. No, well, just about. I mean, you guys are exceptions. You know, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, because I love you too. I love you too, because you know what? You're equally as you're as big an assholes as I am. So that's why we get along so well. Except I gotta be honest. In watching our own recap, a little recap that we did earlier today, I noticed that Deb is very subtle. Her shade is almost to the grade of genius because it is so subtle that you don't watch it. You don't catch it until you roll back and you was like, oh, Deb.
Nasty girl. Nasty
girl. I knew she was too. I knew she could go there. Let me tell you. So we got they're doing now. Let's make it clear to everybody again. Omarosa, she's on the block. So even if Freddie, as you say, she's giving the producers a blowjob or something, I mean, unless she can pull out a miracle, unless it can be a Christmas for her in February, it ain't going to happen for her again. So then with Omarosa gone, and we know they're going to vote out Omarosa over Ari. Which, would that be smart, do you think? Is it smart to get out Omarosa now? You got to get her now. I mean, you got to sweet her while she's vulnerable, because again, her luck has been too good.
Whenever her neck is exposed, you have to cut. You have to cut.
A fucking leprechaun appears. A leprechaun appears every time in the past and has somehow pulled her out of it with a win or, you know, a power of veto or something. She's always managed to get her way out of it.
Yeah. If you have her on the block with her jugular exposed and you don't cut, then you deserve to go home.
And let's not forget, she has been on the block before several times. The first time was when she and Keisha went up on the block together, and then Keisha wanted to go home, or Omarosa would have went home then.
Right, and that's just because her maracas were dried and she had sand coming out her maracas.
So let's talk about how this game would have possibly gone had the people not, I call them saboteurs, because they kind of went in and they effed up a game that could have been really good. If Maida and Keisha and really wanted to compete and wanted it to be great, I mean, they would have been excellent players. I really had a lot of faith in Keisha from the start. Yeah, I thought she was going to be awesome.
Thought Keisha was going to be. I thought she was going to be good too, because she is pretty savage.
And then, unfortunately, nature took its course, and she had to go. But it was an elective leaving, which is like, you know, I still have a problem with this, guys. I'm sorry. I still have a problem with somebody saying, please vote me out. I want to leave. I want to go.
No.
Because of one thing or another. I think that Keisha, yes, I know that she had a problem lacternally. Is that the right word?
Lacternally. I like that. I like that.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I hope it is. I think it's real. It might be, bitch. I don't know. I'm going to go Webster's and look that shit up. If not, I invented it. Copyright trademark.
Sand shooting out of her nurples.
Her nurples. Yes, she did. So she had to go home, be with her baby. So clearly she had to. And I mean, I know for a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, you poor thing. I get it. How sweet everybody was to vote you out."
Sandy, the baby could have a solid diet.
Exactly. Finally, it's a year old. But we're not going there because we're going to get in trouble, girl. We're going to get in trouble. We're going to get in so much trouble. And I'm trying so hard.
Come on, people.
I'll strap my wig on extra tape. This is my shade queen right here. You guys don't know, but yes, she is. I love her. I live for Debs. So Omarosa would have went if Keisha did not. Let's just put it out there now. No questions.
It
was the first time she was vulnerable. Keisha kind of literally threw it to her and went and left.
Yep.
That was the first time. The second time, who was up against Shannon? Who was Shannon up against that they elected to keep instead of toss out?
Mark.
So it was Mark against Shannon. They used Mark as a pawn and backdoored Shannon. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's why we lost. And Mark, let me just tell you how active Mark has been in this game. The only thing that he has won, he had to have given to him by a very arrogant James, who sat back knowing that as Ross is trying to wiggle, he's doing a worm, bitch. He's doing a worm, trying to crawl over this carpet. James is just sitting there, you know, having a cigarette, relaxing, and he's like, "Hey, buddy Mark, I'll just sit here and wait for you, and then you can hit the thing."
Yeah.
I was like, poor Ross. Poor Ross. I mean, this guy's trying so hard, and they're not even giving him a shot in hell. And of course, they waited for Mark to make his way. So Mark had his only win handed to him on a silver platter.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark has done all of nothing. His presence in the house.
He's the perfect to take to final two.
Because nobody will vote for him.
No, he is the best GOAT to take to final two. And can we just talk about how they keep on saying how nobody wants to be up against Marissa in final two? I don't get it. Bitch hasn't done anything. Bitch has not done anything.
No, she's not done anything.
She hasn't made any strategic moves. She's done nothing. She is a GOAT with massive amounts of fake hair.
But the one using her as a GOAT is 100% Ross. He has kept her
Oh,
safe.
yeah.
But that's genius.
He
Meat
has been
shield.
dragging that hairy goat since day one.
Meat shield.
Yes.
She is a meat shield in a weave, honey.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she is. And I don't get me wrong, we have a very different opinion, because I like Marissa. She's like nails on a chalkboard to Debs. She's like nails on a chalkboard to Debs.
I actually liked her at first. I picked her in my pool thing. I picked her with McCrae. McCrae has a draft. McCrae has a draft for every Big Brother. So I picked Marissa.
So you picked her to come into the final?
Yeah, I picked her. I picked Ross. I picked Mark. And I picked Shannon. So Shannon's the only one I've left so far.
You are smart.
But
when we made our bet, I said Omarosa.
Mm-hmm.
I had all my money on Omarosa when we talked about it early on. I had put my money on not my money, but my big fat mouth, which is just as good as money if you have these lips and teeth.
Yeah, and then I thought maybe James had a chance because he was really playing it, but his luck ran out last night.
Well, that was the first surprising. Well, no, it wasn't. It was the second surprising move, and the second one that was only brought into play by Omarosa. She did it once. She did it once. Omarosa is not afraid to make big moves, and that's one reason that I love her. She's the only one that has consistently, when in power, thrown the house into a state of total chaos where you didn't know what was going to happen. Period. As story. Omarosa was very good at making the people
always like that. Yeah.
Yes, and then of course, James, who was sure he was going through to the end. He was so sure.
And that's the thing about double evictions. You just don't know, because a lot of the competitions are crapshoots that anybody can win, and they're so quick, and before you know it, you're out the door. You don't even have a chance to strategize.
That's right.
You saw yourself in the finale, and double eviction, you're out the door.
Nelda said, and Mark was so offended when Brandy called him out on not winning anything and having it handed to him.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say how sensitive, sort of, not even Ross, but the other men are this year?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
James was so sensitive about everything with Brandy. Like, I get Brandy. I kind of understand Brandy. I think when you know that there's some guy who's young and cocky,
alcoholic.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, girl, fluently, bitch. I've been to that country and everything, girl. I've been there, honey. Yes, ma'am. So I speak fluent alcoholic. I practically was born there, bitch. I don't know whatever led you to believe differently. Look, my shit's already smeared, honey. I have to put this shit on drunk. Now, back to the story. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sometimes, I swear to God, I'm not even medicated yet. I haven't even taken a Percocet. But I will tell you that James is a little very peckish in his demeanor. He's very like, I'm very soft and so. Buy my album. He has the need to be liked. And I think Brandy, being a predator, because Brandy's a predator, she could sense his need and desire to be validated and reaffirmed and given positive attention. And he's walking around with his chest out, like, look at me, I'm so sexy and I'm so hot and I'm sure I'm going to win this. Of course I'm going to find this. And he's just getting very produced one-liners delivered to him in the
God.
The diary room. Either if he thought those himself, they were bad. If they were produced for him to say they were bad, period, end of story, it didn't make him look any better to me. Then you have Mark, who I thought was going to go in there and be a badass.
Oh,
being
God.
50 years old is no damn excuse, because
he is the old man of the show. He's drinking his Metamucil, taking out the trash. Taking out the trash. Oh my God.
Has become sugar diabetes. Like, what happened? What
Oh,
happened? I feel like I watched that my childhood flash in front of me when he entered the house, and I had to
and I'm
take a
thinking
good long look at myself and be like, "Oh,
the
need to see
same
a
thing. Like I'm
surgeon."
the same age as him, and he's like, yeah, he's definitely pulled back, and but he's shuffling around, drinking his Metamucil and taking out the
Yeah,
trash.
having
I'm
it,
like,
having a HOA, HOH handed to him,
oh
not
my
really doing
god,
anything, not really, no moves at all from him. He just went
mm-mm,
whenever.
no.
Anelda used the perfect term for
And
him.
the only
Philoder.
moves that he's making is because of the Metamucil.
Mm. I, I had said, I'm so sorry, Allison. We should try. It was not me this time, girl. We already talking about shit, and we ain't 20 minutes in, girl. We already talking about shit.
It's true though.
It went there. She's absolutely right. That was the only moves that was making. And Nelda said, I just want to float. Well, apparently that's all that Mark has done, and that's just because of the Metamucil. He's had enough fiber, bitch, to choke a camel. Right down.
I think I made you
You
choke.
got me done. You did. I was drinking my Pepsi, girl, or my whatever. I'm sorry, I had to be correct. I was drinking my Coke, girl. And you done put, Lord, popped my wig just then, girl.
Oh, by the way, can I
Oh,
say you
Lord.
just look ravishing tonight?
Oh, thank you so much. I got to tell you, it's this lighting. That's really what it is. I just bought a new filter for my light. Yeah, because so I
Girl,
don't
you
look
need
so
to
red.
teach me how to put makeup on because I just do not have it
Oh,
in me.
when I come there, we're going to have so much fun, and we are going to kiki, do our makeup, do our hair. You know, we're going to have a great time because I'm going to see Jeb.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Maybe we have to drag Allison along so some of these days because she would have a ball. I'm telling you, I know there's somebody here rooting for Meta. Is anybody coming out of left field? Any of the viewers? Is anybody thinking that when it comes to the final, Marissa has a chance in hell? Anybody? Deb definitely
I
is
don't
like,
see it.
no.
I don't see it. I mean, there's no game there, no game whatsoever.
Is she just going to be who they're going to keep, Mark or Marissa? That's really what I would say it would boil down to.
I mean, I would keep Mark. I would never get rid of Mark. Marissa was nothing but a goat with a vote.
But would Marissa have a better chance of winning against the person sitting next to her than Mark? If it comes down to Ross and Marissa, do you think America would vote Ross or Marissa? I don't think they would vote Marissa.
No, I don't think anybody would vote Marissa. I mean,
I think if Ross gets in that final two, he's got it. He's got it in the bag.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Anybody else? Anybody else? It's a toss-up. But I don't know. This is the second. Ross has not slept during the show, and I just got to give my boy some credit. He has not slept once. He has won HOHs. He has hung on for dear life. He has wrestled his way to get where he is. He has thought and strategized. He has got blood on his hands. He has, raised the suspicions of other people to the target that he was invested in eliminating. He's been so clever, such a good player. And this is the kind of player. Now, can you imagine 7 Rosses in the house? That would have been great television.
Yes, people actually playing the damn game.
Exactly. That would have been great television. I would have lived for that. Ross, there is no question, at this point, deserves to win because there's nobody else there who's bothered to really do much at all, even in terms of entertaining. I mean, goddamn, Sugar Ray is, Sugar Ray is a singer. Hello, Lonnie, welcome. We're glad to have you with us, even though you're late. We forgive you, darling. Even though Sugar Ray's a singer, we had to tolerate James doing a serenade. There was so much production love for James this season and so little for Brandy. Because let's face it,
Brandy's a drunk whore.
When a guy, but wait a minute, let's blah, 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 because so am I. But anyway, the reality of this is,
And I love
if
you for it.
how many
Okay.
times have we had a guy in a Big Brother house? And you've seen US Big Brother, I've seen UK Big Brother. How many times have we had a guy be in the Big Brother house and act like Brandy and be championed by America for it? What a stud. He's so funny. He's so cool. Oh my God. Quotables, memes, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they did
A
definitely
woman goes in.
Yeah.
A woman goes in and does it, and Brandy, talks without being apologetic. She is straightforward. She's direct. She's can be perceived as rude, and we write her off as bitter or old and angry or
He has
whatever.
a different brand. You have to understand. With Big Brother, they love that creamy white cheese, cream cheese. American.
They love
white
the racists
boy.
and the fucking bigots. That's all I've ever seen of American Big Brother is racists and bigots. And then
they love that. And that's why they tried to shove James down our throat, because that's the archetype that they just, cream in their pants over. And then you have Brandy, that comes from the Real Housewives thing where, she's like a drunk whore and
slapping people. She was slapping people.
Hot mess kind of thing. They're not going to play that up, because that's not their desired archetype that they like to, accentuate.
Right. So let me give you my take on that whole thing. The reason Brandy was not celebrated and or applauded or given her dues as a player is because Brandy behaved like a man. That's really what it was. She drank like a man. She spoke like a man. She acted, talked about sex like a man. She behaved like a 20-year-old man.
I definitely think people downplayed Brandy's abilities.
James acting, oh my God, shocked and coquettish and pearl clutching at Brandy's language and behavior made her look bad. It made her look worse.
We would give him a coronary.
I was like, James, really, girl, are you this? I mean, I know, bitch, you come from Nickelodeon, but girl, how the hell old are you? Really? I mean, James got to be in his 30s. And then he coming from off of Nickelodeon. I don't know. Was this a recent Nickelodeon show?
No, I don't think so. Because the pictures that they show, in the intro, he looks very young there. So no, I don't think it's anything.
James is the star of yesteryear who's trying to make a comeback. Okay.
Yeah, he's a husband.
He's a husband. Yeah. So we're giving, he's so young to be a husband, which is so sad. At least Brandy is 45. Got to give it to her. I mean, she's earned her husband status, but she's still hustling. I got to give her credit for that. But just what it comes on here, and he's like, I've got my album, buy my album. My fans are all watching this. Somehow he's got 3 million fans. I don't know how 3 million people know who the hell James Man. Where the fuck have I been living under a colorful rock for the last 10 years? However,
I have never heard of this man.
Never. And suddenly there he is with 3 million fans. I had to think he bought those.
I'm telling you, like everybody else I've heard of. Everybody else that was there, I've heard of. But him, I'm like, who is he? Who is he?
Oh, well, exactly. And where did he come from? Because I didn't know. I never heard his name before. He's not like Justin Bieber. He's not like a singer who ever had a hit. He's somebody from some little kids show on Nickelodeon back in 2005. So what? And he goes in there acting all pearl clutching. He was putting on a show. James was going in there, and Brandy knew this was exclusively for his audience, to regenerate interest in himself, to give himself street cred again in the entertainment industry, to be out there and be visible. And she was going to be like, because Brandy's a bitch and she's not somebody, and this is her brand. She was like, I'm going to have to every day take him down a couple of pegs. I would have went there with the same attitude toward James. I'd have done the same damn thing. I would not have given him enough room to breathe. I would have suffocated the last flame of that bitch's career until he went down in flames under a drag queen's knife. That's just how it ended, bitch. Sorry, James. Sorry, James. I'll tell your fans where to follow me, bitch, just so they know, because then we'll see. Right, I got a single coming out in March, James. Okay, it's called Bitch Boy. I could have written it about you. Just saying.
Now tell me something. When they were doing that little clip on James drinking the white wine, was he doing that to drink the white wine, or was he doing it for shits and giggles just to get back at Brandy because she liked to bogart the white wine?
I think that's exactly what he was doing. It was very smart and very shady. That's the subtle shade that I have respect for when people do shit like that. And that's exactly what he was doing. It wasn't direct. Like, it wasn't obvious until after. You noticed. You noticed because, Deb, you got that. You got that gene. You knew exactly what he was doing. This is the thing. He was doing that because, you know, he knew that it would get under her skin. And that's exactly who James is. Not the person that we saw in that house. James is not the pearl clutching, I'm easily offended, very, you know, like sensitive and easily hurt and wounded. And I don't know why Brandy's being so mean to me type of guy. This is not James in real life. This is James putting on a show to appeal to 14-year-old girls who, as Allison said, were getting feels in places they didn't know they should get feels. Did you get a gag? Did you just gag yourself?
Yeah.
Because you literally gagged. I heard it go like.
I can't.
I'm not a fan of him either, but I didn't know it was that big girl, so we will move on. I about made her projectile vomit at me.
All over my computer.
Bitch. Oh Lord Jesus, help me, so savior. Oh God, no.
The G-hang.
She almost. I fucking love. Brandy Glanville said Freddie Blue. Thank you. I love her too, and I love
really
her
think that everybody underestimated Brandy. Yeah.
She was terrible at the game. She was a great entertainer.
No, she wasn't. She was not terrible at the game. That's the thing. She was actually pretty good. I mean, not as far as winning competitions, but
not competitions, but
control Ariadna, who actually was good at competitions at physical. She was a physical person. So
now that you say it, I see it now, because you're absolutely right. She was able to pick up things that weren't evident to Ariadna, such as other people strategizing and knowing what their plan would be before they executed it.
And also,
she was able to do that.
Anytime Omarosa was lying, Brandy is like she's like a lie detector. She knew exactly when that woman was lying. Like, you cannot get a lie past Brandy. So, yeah, I think she was really good, but she just.
But would she have been as good without Ariadna? Because again, Brandy could not win a competition to save her life. You drink that much alcohol, but you get shaky at a certain age, and she's.
Yeah, and the only thing is that she really lacked in the social game. She couldn't keep her damn mouth shut and couldn't keep her opinions about James to herself and couldn't fake it. I mean, you have to learn when you're in the Big Brother house, you have to fake it. I don't care how much you hate somebody. You have to act like you freaking love them.
Right. Exactly.
You know, you're my BFF. No matter how much you hate them.
That would be what kills me. That would be what killed me, because I can't fake it. I can't fake it. I cannot.
You got to get your actress on, and you got to be diplomatic.
If they die in the end, then I'm good. But otherwise, I live in fear of people. I'm just like, no, I cannot fake it. I live in, like, that's why I sort of am like Brandy. I have that predator mentality. If I feel like you're a threat, I'm going to take you down first, even if you're not. Maybe you're not, but if I perceive you as that,
okay.
She definitely felt threatened by James from the minute he walked in because of him exerting. He stood up, held his cock at his hand, and just spewed his masculinity. Pardon my language. Excuse me. If you are under the age of 17, you should exit the building now, because there went the monetization again. Sorry.
Now you know all about her ex, right?
Yes,
Eddie
Cipriani and Brandy and Leanne Rimes. He did her
see
really dirty.
Do you see the little similarity in as far as good looks between James and Eddie Cibrian.
Um,
I think that she
okay,
was.
I could see it, but I would say that Eddie Cibrian is like this smoldering, handsome,
James is pretty
30-something
good
man.
looking.
And James is like the 12-year-old version.
Exactly. Well, not
He's a little.
12-year-old, but 17-year-old version.
I
I'm
bet he
just
don't have a
saying.
hair on his ass. James, it comes all across to me, and this is a compliment. He looks very, very, very young. Very young.
Yes. But I'm just saying, I just think that she was projecting
Mm.
because of that physical
So she's,
similarity to Eddie Cibrian.
but she's been accused of doing that to many men, just in
Mm-hmm.
general. I mean, I think if you are a woman and you get burned by a man and he cheats on you, but in the worst way possible, while you are pregnant, after you've taken him back, then you have two children, and then he is off on location trying to make money while you are sitting at home taking care of your children, and then he cheats on you with his co-star, and then you find out in the paper that they're getting together, and he doesn't have the courtesy to give you a breakup message or a text.
It's harsh. That's harsh.
She was done so wrong. If there was ever a bitch that deserved to be bitter and hate the world, it is Brandy Glanville. She deserves to hate the fucking world, and I don't blame her for a single solitary minute.
But does she project a little bit of that on James?
Yep. I think every man. Why was she not as intimidated by Mark? Mark is an old man. Mark is geriatric. There's no way that I was intimidated by Mark.
Mm-mm.
Mark came in like they had to stash his walker somewhere. There's no way she. But they yeah, they literally, and there was, and then was she gonna be like worried about Ross? Ross is more of a woman than she is. There's no way that Ross is going to be like a threat to her. She's not afraid of Ross. Who was the other men in the house? Meta World Bill too. He's in the fucking bathroom playing with flamingos. Bitch, he didn't give a damn what was going on. He didn't know what was going on. He had not a clue in the world what the hell was going on around him. It was like he had taken 3 drops of acid too many. He had no idea and was in a fantasy land until he finally got to leave out the front door. Who else? What other man was in there? Because I can't remember.
I think that's it.
So, of course, then it would be natural that Brandy would lay her target squarely on the ass of James Maslow to take down a few pigs, right? Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. That meant they had to go at each other. He had to sit and act all pearl clutching and upset. Oh, Chuck was there. Anelda, thank you so much, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, Chuck. Yeah, he was in and out so fast. We forget about him.
No
similarities.
Him.
Yes, but Chuck had absolutely no similarities to Eddie Cibrian. So
Chuck also had no personalities to speak of that they gave us an opportunity to see or time to see before he was shoved out the front.
He was like a little sweet caveman.
He was. He totally was. I mean, there was no I wanted to see more of Chuck. I thought that he had potential. I thought that Chuck could really go and do something wonderful in this game. Mm-hmm. And then he was the first one out because Chuck wanted to leave. He didn't want to be there. Chuck wanted to go. It was clear Chuck didn't want to be there. He was an easy boot, an easy first choice. They didn't have to make any hard decisions.
Shame.
So
such a shame.
So I want you to do me a favor real quick, girl. My cigarettes are, let me tell you what's going on right now with my life, okay? My cigarettes are out of reach, Jeb. And so for a minute, I need you to not pretend like we're on a live video chat because Allison will get mad at me. So I need you to give us an update on what's happening on the live feed right now for at least 10 seconds and 9.5. So
I have to put them on. I got to put the live feed on.
Yeah, do that because I gotta reach for some, girl. I'm over here. You got me thinking about all these men, honey, and I gotta have me a smoke, honey. You know what happens when you get a little bit older and everything starts getting a little bit, more sensitive. I was like, ooh, we talk about all these men. Not any of them was any good looking. There's the new kids on the block are all old now too. Sugar Ray, what happened to you? You used to be cute. I used to think you were really hot, and now.
All right, so go ahead. I'm going to tell everybody about how the kittens are sleeping, but go ahead. Seriously, the kittens are sleeping right now on the feeds. There's a cute little black tabby, and he's all snuggled up with a little gray and white kitty, and
Yes.
they're snuggling on a little blue and yellow blanket, and they're
Who was it?
sleeping. Just you
Who was
wanted me
doing
to
that?
say what was on the
Yeah.
you
Well,
you
I'm
wanted me to say
sorry.
what the hell's on the feeds?
Yeah, was that they're just sitting there snuggling on a little blanket? Who's doing that?
Oh,
Oh,
hold on. Oops.
maybe it's Omarosa and Mark, and we finally have a freaking twist.
No, they must be playing the veto competition.
They're still playing the veto competition now?
They have to be. It's still on. It's been on the kiddies for hours.
Oh my
So,
God, you guys. So we're really not going to know until after this show
well, you'll
ends
know
who
because I
wins
will
the.
message you. I don't
Okay,
know.
thank
I
you.
don't
Because
know.
unless it happens soon, Anthemist. But you just come to fuck me up with that name, bitch, didn't you? Because I swear to God, that was a Anthemist. Anthemist says,
Mhm.
I want Ross to go home. It is very interesting because Ross has people that don't like him. There are people that are not Ross fans. There are people that kind of think that he's been shady playing one side against the other, that he's been a little bit backstabbing to people. So there is that team out there. Nelda says, do you think that those that wanted to go home should vote in the finale? It's like self-evicting. They should not vote.
No.
Allison has touched on this in the past, and I think so have you. Absolutely. They should not have a vote because as far as I'm concerned, they didn't play the game. They didn't fulfill their contract. They used a loophole in order to get out early. They shouldn't even get paid, Anelda. They shouldn't even collect their fee.
No.
Period of the story.
No. That's messed up that they're getting paid for that. They messed up the game.
They shouldn't
messed
be.
up
Yep.
the trajectory of the game by begging to get out of the game. Like,
yeah, they did. That's the perfect way of putting it. They messed up the trajectory of the game. They took away the mechanics and abused them to collect a paycheck and get the hell out.
Yeah.
I'm mad now.
I mean, things could have been so different if there were people in there that actually wanted to play the game. Look at Allison, our lovely Allison,
yes.
who has got like this amazing personality. She's bubbly and she's adorable, and she's like 4 foot nothing. She's like a little teeny tiny package, and she's like perfect. She's been applying for 17 years, and they have not put this lovely creature on yet. What is wrong with you, CBS? Get with
That's
it.
amazing to me. That's just amazing to me.
Yes.
Like, I mean, for 17 years, imagine applying for 17 years, and they continuously pass you over to put on bigots and racists and hillbillies and things like that. And young 19-year-olds and girls with big boobs. And it's so formulaic that I cannot handle it. I don't like formula. I like what Big Brother's roots were. This year, CBB UK returned to its roots by bringing a diverse group of people together. As I know, there are some people in the chat who are joining us who have watched CBB UK, and I thought this year was phenomenal. It was entertaining, it was enlightening, it was smart, it was informative, it was enjoyable, it was engaging. It developed a conversation. It made national headlines. And this in BB, Celebrity BB, or I'm sorry, not Celebrity BB, but the regular shows, excuse me, coming from a completely outsider perspective, having only seen little bits of it, seems very formulaic, and they cast archetypes. You know, they cast the guy who's the bigot, who's the villain. They cast the girl who's the pretty blonde who thinks that, she's still a virgin, but then what you hear her slapping somebody in the bathroom. And then you sit there and you've got just these vague people, and you wonder, why the hell are any of these people? None of these are interesting. I could go to the high school and pick out the same people for a cast of freaking West Side Story. This is not fun. This is not diverse. These people are not from any cultures I'm not familiar with. These people are not introducing me to any new perspectives. I know what hate is. I know what hate speech is. I know what intolerance is. I know what bigotry. It's not interesting anymore. It's not interesting anymore. Put fucking interesting people on the show. Put people in that I would like to know, that I'd be interested in knowing. Right? Put people in who have a story.
Put you on that show. Put you on that show, girl, because people need to know you.
I would be in trouble on that show right away, girl. They would have me thrown out on my weave, girl. They would have to lay out a mile of gray weave just for me to slip and slide my ass down on the way out. They kick me out so hard, so quick. That's scary for me.
I don't think so.
So you guys think I do well? I don't know.
I do. I would not kick you out. No,
Really? Would you take me as your
no,
Marissa? Can I be the
bitch,
Ross to your Marissa? I mean, the Marissa to your
yeah.
Ross?
I would be
Because you
so
would be the
freaking
Ross.
entertained by you, bitch, that no, you are not getting out of this house.
You would be the Ross though. I'd be the Marissa. I would literally not really pretty much ever know what was going on. That's just the fact. I'd be like, how many people are in this house again at any given point in time? Because I'm bad at keeping and paying attention to what's going on around me. Things just sort of swirl and I just let it go. Like for example, when we did sequester, there was a point in time when there was a twist in the game and we had to you had to count how many votes were going against one person and odds and evens, and you had to make sure every person had 2 votes against them or something like that. I didn't even know how many damn people were playing the game. So I didn't know how many people there were to divvy up things. You know, math does not work for people who wear wigs. Let me just put that out there. It does not work for people who wear wigs. You have to realize we have occupational injuries, which is blood supply has cut off for many, many years. It's true. Very true. So,
Oh, girl, you get wiggy though. You definitely know how to get
yes,
wiggy with it. Oh,
I can't help
girl.
it. I live for me a wig, girl. I live for me a wig. It's on my Amazon wish list every day. I put a new wig on there, my Amazon wish list. Yes, ma'am. For when I get rich, I'm going to buy myself something. If I had won that money, I'd just be buying myself a whole closet of wigs. Girl, it looked like I had a meat locker in there of corpses. It's what my bathroom looks like right now. If I ever have to use my bathroom, they walk in there and there's all these like scalps hanging from the freaking wall. They're terrified. I'm sure I've lost a lot of friends and respect over my bathroom. So anyway, let me just continue because you know I can harp on some crazy shit. Currently, right now, they're playing the veto. Ross is the head of household, which means that Omarosa being on the wall along with Ariadna, if Omarosa does not win this veto.
Well, they're not on the wall right now. I don't know what they're doing.
If
that was the
does,
HOH. That's over.
So he did his nominations.
Yeah, that already happened earlier today. So that competition that you just saw, that was over last night. That was last night.
I'm so confused.
I know. So this is so confusing.
Because I get confused between so that happened. So Ariadna, night. Who's on the wall? Do we know who's on the wall?
No, the wall. There is no wall, baby. There is no wall right now. We don't know what the competition is.
I get the block
who's on the block? Oh, who's on the block? Ari and Omarosa.
See, that's what I meant,
there ain't no wall, bitch. There ain't no wall.
They're going to be one if we keep it going the direction.
The wall, you think of
Donald
the HOH competition. No, the wall in Big Brother when there's a wall. Yeah, there's a wall competition. That's the one, where they were sitting in the chair and that's the wall competition.
That's the wall. Okay.
That is a staple competition of Big Brother, the wall. It's a, a staple endurance competition for HOH. Normally they're standing, but the wall is a staple competition. It's
right. Okay. So it's very important to discern between the block and the wall.
Yes.
The block.
And
the wall are 2 different things. See, so on the block we have Omarosa and Ariadna on the and Ross is head of household. These are spoilers. Yes. It's a little late to tell you that, but if you didn't want to know, I'm sorry. If you didn't want to know. So we're going to see now if Omarosa doesn't win this power veto, which they're playing now, correct?
Yes, I believe they're playing now. Let me check.
Because tomorrow's a live eviction.
Yeah, tomorrow. Let's see what Hamster Watch is saying right now. Always, guys, if you want to know what's going on right now, always go over to Hamster Watch on Twitter. I mean, Dingo covers everything.
Dingo.
Yeah, that's the lady that runs Hamster Watch. Let me tell you, girl is on point.
Is she?
Okay. Yeah. If you because what I do is, when there's a cliffhanger and the HOH is going and it's an all-nighter.
Yes. Drives me insane.
I just leave my computer on, go to bed, go to sleep, and then I'll wake up like 4 o'clock in the morning. Click, Hamster Watch, boom.
And she knows look who won HOH.
Yeah. Oh, Ross won HOH. Okay, click, turn my computer off, go back to bed.
Really?
Oh yeah, Hamster Watch is all over that.
That is
You're good for
crazy.
that.
I love
Yeah.
that she's on that Big Brother stuff. She's really good. She knows the tea, honey. She is
Mm-hmm.
spilling it for everybody. Miss Hamster Watch Dingo. Dingo.
Yes.
I love her name too, by the way.
Yeah. Hamster Watch is definitely
So she's on Hamster Watch on Twitter.
definitely the best update site.
So if you need to know the tea, you come here and watch us with Allison's Meltdown, my weekly meltdown with
Yeah.
Deb and Allison, and then you go check in on Hamster Watch. Hamster Watch? What does that mean? Is that like a
Well,
thing?
because they're kind of like a bunch of hamsters in a cage, and we're
Oh,
watching
gotcha.
them.
Okay. Because see, my mind goes to a totally different place.
And
Totally different.
hamsters are dirty little animals.
I love
And most
hamsters.
of the time, yes, but they're dirty little animals. And most of the time, Big Brother, the house, is like a hamster cage because they are scumbags. Now, I have to say, for celebrity Big Brother, these people, they do not want to live in a pigsty. They clean up after themselves. That their house is very neat and clean.
Now, we've
They're
talked
making
about
their
how
beds.
they've been a little spoiled. Have they not had service come in and do all this for them?
No. I watch the feeds, and Mark's always cleaning. They're doing their dishes. Everybody's pitching in. Everybody's washing dishes. Even Meta standing there doing dishes.
Oh, see, I don't even do that at home. Everybody wonders
Yeah,
who always is behind me, the guy with the head muffs on or whatever they're called. He's the one that does my dishes.
yeah.
I
Her
can't be
production
bothered.
assistant. That's her production
Yeah,
assistant.
that's my productionist. He makes everything happen. I just sit here and do this with all y'all.
And they're pretty. Yeah.
So here's the thing. We are going to cut ties with you tonight because they left us on a cliffhanger, right? They left us on a cliffhanger. We're now on another cliffhanger, wondering who's going to win the power veto. Nelda said, please win POV Omarosa. Let me tell you right now, Nelda, if Omarosa wins POV, it will be a shock for
Miracle.
sure. Because she's managed to win it every time she's been put on the block. So can her stamina hold out this time? Well, we will have to wait and see.
I'm on the feeds, and we got fishes now. We're not on the kitties, so maybe they're about to come back.
Oh, maybe that's a good sign. We've transitioned from pussy to fish.
Yep. We're on fish now.
That's
are
cute.
we coming back? Yeah.
Is it getting ready to come back? Well, we shall make sure that you watch. Make sure that you come back tomorrow because we're going to be having a big old discussion about this tomorrow for the elimination. The eviction is tomorrow night.
Faye, I think we should start a little earlier before they actually announce the winner. I think that we should do a kind of like a oh, they're back.
Oh,
kind of like a
this is live breaking news, people. This is breaking news as it happens. This is exciting for me. God, I just quivered. I didn't know I could anymore. It's exciting. Oh, I'm so hi XL. I lose, you win. I said that backwards, but I'm dyslexic. It's good.
I see. Let's see.
The feeds have returned. We're waiting to find out if there's any way to figure out who's done what. So this is a spoiler. And if you don't want to see a spoiler, you need to hit that little X button, as Allison says. It's probably over here because everything is backward in my world. I don't like the Mad Hatter. Over here, probably somewhere.
Let's see what thing.
What happened in tonight's episode? Bitch, you late. You late. I win, you lose. I am so glad you joined us. You joined us. I win, you lose. I'm so glad. We will make you a plate and sit you down, honey. And you just got to hit the rewind button and see all the tea that went down on tonight's episode. But mostly it was a recap episode telling why Brandy hated James and James hated Brandy and all the tea Omarosa has spilled about the White House and all kinds of stuff. So it was just like, kind of like recapping the series. It had some nice bits of Shannon in it. So we got any news?
Yeah, so no news yet. So if you guys want to know if they even played the veto or what happened, go to Twitter and go to Hamster Watch and you watch Hamster Watch. watch the tweets, and you'll hear about it on Hamster Watch.
You'll hear about it on Hamster Watch, or you can join us tomorrow night, and we'll be here with Allison, who is the host of the show.
So what I was saying is we should start early. We should start early before they announce the winner, so that way they can get our reactions. You know,
yes,
that we can.
I'm excited to see this. We'll start early tonight. So we'll be here a little earlier than usual. So if you want to live view the show along with us, then do that, because we'll come on early. We'll join you all so we can all sort of experience the win together. And that sounds like a good plan. This sounds like a perfect plan. Okay, in the meantime, everybody, for Allison Summers Presents My Weekly Meltdown, and she's out melting down for her birthday tonight. Go, Allison. I hope you're enjoying yourself wherever you are. I am Phelan. You can find me at Phelan on Twitter, or pretty much anywhere on the internet, especially if you're looking for my mugshot. You can find it just by Googling Phelan. It's true. It's happened. I got the store, girl. And you can find Deborah at My Next Life Debbie, DEBI. On Twitter, and she is hilarious and funny and fantastic. And Allison, don't forget to follow Summers, SOMMERS 1977 on Twitter as well. So with that, we thank you all for joining us this evening. It has been a wonderful meltdown night, and tomorrow we will be back early. So make sure you plug in and join the fun, because we want to hear what you think of the finale of Celebrity Big Brother. So with that, we bid you adieu. Say goodbye, Debbie.
Bye, Debbie.
Bye.